Hello and welcome to the Chai Tea Tai Chi web show. We are live with me, Andrew Brown, and Dane Dormio. How you doing, Dane?
I am doing great. How are you this evening, Andrew?
I got a lot of weight taken off my head, and I just feel like the headache gone away. The my neck crank might have gone away, so I just feel good today. So we want to talk today about mind-body practice. Now, we've talked about mind-body practice in the past, but before we get started on this aspect of it, why don't you tell us, Dane, what is mind-body practice?
I define mind body practice as anything you do that involves changing your state of consciousness, personal growth, emotional healing, spiritual exploration. So, this encompasses a wide variety of things, everything from meditation, breath work, hypnosis and hypnotherapy, lucid dreaming, shamanic practices, entheogens, and lots more besides this. It's a very broad category, but um, uh, if you are doing something that is intentionally changing your consciousness in a way that is good for you, that supports your personal growth, your emotional healing, your physical, mental, emotional, spiritual wellness. That's
Okay, all right. And so we have a distinction here about a complete mind-body practice. So what kind of elements, what makes a complete mind-body practice? What brings it all together?
Yeah, I think this distinction is important because there are a lot of different, as I said, there are a lot of different things that you can do in this realm. They all have uh, different benefits, a wide range of benefits, um, and the reason that what I body practice is that it involves all three dimensions
Mm.
of body, breath, and mind. And in Qigong is what I consider to be an ideal mind body practice for pretty much everybody. And part of the reason is because it involves the three regulations. In Qigong, we have the three regulations of body regulation, breath regulation, mind regulation. So Qigong isn't just doing the movements, it's also about your state of consciousness, the state of consciousness when you
Mm.
practice. It's not just about what you're doing with your body, it's also about what you're doing with your breath and what you're doing with your mind. Another element of Qigong that is that makes it particularly effective, which is what I call the two first principles. The two first principles are the relaxation principle or the non exertion principle, which says don't force, don't strain, don't overexert, don't try too hard. And the pleasure principle, which says do it so that it feels good. If it feels good, you're doing it right. Or
Mm.
as I like to say, luxuriate, enjoyable experience for you, just like treating yourself to a bubble bath or something
Mm.
like that you do just to feel good. That's how it should feel each time you practice.
All right. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, we've both been practicing for a long time. I know that as when I started out with Tai Chi, that we want to go lower. We want to lower our stance. We want to get that deep horse stance. We want to get those deep long stances. And so I would sacrifice my knee just a little bit without really consciously being aware of it. And over the years, I started noticing, oh, my knee hurts. My knee, why is my knee hurt? And it has a lot to do with being completely aware of all the pain or all those little sensations that you get when you're just doing
The
standing
micro
practice.
stretches.
Yeah, yeah, you just get that little bit of motion. Your knee could be off just a few degrees, and it doesn't take much at all, but that builds up over time. Use repetitive, uh, yeah. Well,
Exactly. Yeah. If you something that might be slightly uncomfortable when you do it once, if you do it for long enough, it turns into a repetitive stress injury, which is the most common type of injury in all types of athletics. And yoga is really great for you, but a lot of people hurt themselves doing yoga by pressing too hard. And Tai Chi is certainly great for you, but one of the most common types of injuries in Tai Chi is injuries to the knees because, and it might be partly symptomatic of the Western mind that we think, more is better, and there's the idea of no pain, no gain, push through the pain, and it'll get better, but it actually doesn't work like that. If you push through the pain, it gets worse and it deteriorates over time. And as far as practice, the three regulations, any of these things that you do, they have some benefit. Like Qigong, I often describe it as the combination of exercise, breath work, and meditation rolled into a single activity. It's a good kind of multitasking. Of course, you can have an exercise practice. Maybe you go jogging or swimming or you lift weights, and that's great for you. We've all known for a long time the benefits of exercise for physical, mental, emotional health, for strengthening the body. And it's if you meditate, you do sitting meditation, that the benefits of sitting meditation have been known for a long time, particularly for stress reduction, for performance enhancement, for emotional healing, spiritual exploration, and it's really great for you. And likewise, breath work is, people are becoming more and more aware of the benefits for stress reduction, for emotional healing, as well as physical healing and rehabilitation, for spiritual exploration. If you do something like the Wim Hof method or holotropic breathing or rebirthing type breathwork methods, it's all really great and beneficial. But each of these things, they're beneficial in their own right, but they're not complete if you're not incorporating all three of them together. So those things separately on their own, but it's kind of like getting a balanced diet. You want to make sure that you have a balance of everything in your diet, and it's similar with having a complete mind-body practice. You want to not neglect any of the elements of body, breath, and mind in order to get the maximum benefits out of it.
Okay, all right. So it's important to have a complete mind-body practice because of all those things you just mentioned. So that's because balancing yourself, balancing your mind with your body. One of the things I like to say a lot is let your breath augment your movement. Breathe with your movement, not just breathe and then do movement. Don't keep them separate. Unite everything you do as it's one thing you're doing. Like you said, one of the things that you've talked about in the past is you mentioned don't multitask. Don't watch a movie while you're doing Tai Chi. Maybe not a bad idea, but you can do it. It just distracts your mind so much from the actual practice that you're not getting like the meditation benefit of the Tai Chi. You might be doing the physical benefit, but you're not getting the meditation benefit. So you want to unite all those three aspects to make that complete mind-body practice. All right, Dane.
I think that every human being on the planet needs some form of personal daily mind-body energetic hygiene practice just for baseline maintenance of physical, mental, emotional, spiritual wellness. And just like we need, it's not a luxury, it's a necessity. Just like we need sleep and sunlight, vitamins and minerals, and micronutrients. It doesn't mean that you'll die immediately if you aren't meeting this need for yourself. You'll suffer, and particularly over the long term. So this is something that I think every human being needs to have, and the importance of it being complete is that you're not neglecting any part. So what I recommend is have some kind of personal daily complete personal daily mind body energetic hygiene practice. And if you want to also do calisthenics in addition to that, it's great. If you also want to do some other kind of seated meditation or some other kind of meditation technique, that's great. If you want to do breath work, that's also great. I do all these things. I have my Qigong practice. I also jog. I also do the Wim Hof method. I also practice Vipassana. But if I were going to leave something out, I would leave out one of those, and I would keep my Qigong practice, because it's like a daily movement multivitamin. It covers all the bases, and the benefits that come from all of these different practices are synergistic and complementary. The benefits of having a mind body practice range from health, wellness, and longevity, stress reduction, which is a benefit itself and also contributes to health, wellness, and longevity. There's performance enhancement, getting better at what you do, performing optimally, whether you're recovering from injury or illness, you're rehabilitating, or whether you're a high-performing athlete or CEO, or in some other kind of high-pressure situation, maintaining peak performance, flow states, as well as emotional healing and spiritual exploration. If you have a complete mind-body practice, you're getting all these benefits. If you are just exercising, you're getting some of these benefits, but not all of them. If you just do seated meditation, you'll get some of these benefits, but not all of them. If you just do breath work, you'll get some of these benefits, but not all of them. So having a complete mind-body practice as the baseline is something that I think every human being on this planet needs, and that's why we do what we do. Part of my mission is to help more people who want to have something like this establish it for themselves. The critical mass of global consciousness change.
Yeah. No, it's a beautiful mission. That's for sure. Having more people meditate and just become aware of the moment of what's going on in their own body, it's a sea change. The difference between before meditation and after meditation, even just one session, is fairly significant and very noticeable to the practitioner and also to the people around them. So, Dane, why don't you tell us, how can people find us? How can they find out more?
Well, if you would like support with establishing your own personal daily mind-body energetic hygiene practice, you are welcome to join our online learning community. If you're just interested in learning more, we have a website with articles, videos. We have free videos on YouTube. We have a group on Facebook you can join. So if you are interested in learning more about this stuff, in going deeper, we would be glad to support you and glad to have you join us on this lifelong mind-body mastery journey.
A great journey indeed. Yeah, I hope everyone can join us. First step of 1,000 miles. Oh, there's a quote there. It doesn't matter. You know it. All right, everyone. Thanks very much for joining us tonight, and we'll see you in a week, maybe even sooner. All right. Have a good day.
Thanks. Have a good one, everyone.